Hello Facebook, how are you guys doing today? I'm going to wait and see who came in before I get started. We are going to wait and see who comes in on this good live, on this good Monday, back to work, back to school day. When you come in, I want you to share this post out. And also I want you to comment when you come in. Okay. All right, so I am going to get started. My name is Nita Vault. Thank you for coming in. Is it Cherise Mays? Thank you for coming in, Cherise May. My name is Nita Vault. I'm the founder of Reconnecting Our Communities, The Healing Zone, and Uniquely Image, where I broke my silence of emotional pain. And I'm also a community health worker, and I'm also a life coach. So I'm coming to you today. If you guys have been following me, you will see that I made a post for you to sign up for membership. This membership is called The Zone, and I'm going to explain to you how this benefits you, how this helps you, and why you should sign up. This video, I asked the question, do you go to your primary care doctor and really understand what they're telling you? And also, are you able to really talk to your doctor for them to explain to you a lot of the things? This is where I work as a community health worker, and this is how I help you to navigate through the healthcare system, and so also to navigate for your own personal needs. So you guys, when you come in, I want you to share this out. And I want, before we get started, and if you have any questions, I'll definitely be able to answer those as I start to speak. So again, come on in, share this out. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Also, ladies, I'm going to, hey, Angela, thank you for coming in. On today, I am also going to, hopefully today, I'm going to have something for you ladies that I'm getting ready to announce. I'm super excited about this, what I've been working on. So I want to talk to you guys today. You may not understand what my post was about. Signing up for the zone, for the membership. So I work as a community health worker. I'm a community health worker, and I've served district residents for over 5 years, direct outreach in the communities who had the highest disparities. And in communities that had the highest rates of people utilizing emergency rooms, people with high blood pressure, people with asthma, people with diabetes. And so my job as the community health worker is to basically educate them more, because the thing is, they feel healthcare says maybe these individuals are utilizing emergency rooms and not taking care of their health needs because maybe they're not educated. A lot of us, even if you are educated, we find that when we do go to our doctor's office, when we go in, it's a quick 15-30 minutes. When we leave out, we have all these tons of questions, but your doctor doesn't have time to answer all these questions for you. Your doctor doesn't have time to navigate you through. Your doctor doesn't have time to assess your neighborhood that you live in, to help you to pick out quality foods if there's no quality foods there, or to help you look and see if there's any free gyms or swimming classes if you want to lose weight. We have health insurance, but we don't even know what it is. You don't even know the benefits of it. Sometimes we go in, we get referrals, and it's referrals that our doctors have given us, but it's not for us. And when I say not for us, for example, for myself, I needed a therapist that was tailored for my needs. When they would give me a referral to see someone, that person wasn't tailored to my needs. So when it comes to the behavioral health part, people are not really being engaged because the person that you probably were referred to wasn't for you. Okay, and so I want you to learn how to navigate and take control of your own health care. Okay, it's also kind of like taking our kids to school. We take our kids to school, and I'm just gonna say it like this for those of you who understand. We send our kids to school, and sometimes parents think that the teachers are the ones who are supposed to always help the students. Well, the students have to come home, and there's a study time as well. So it plays both parts, which means when you go to your doctor Your doctor does have a duty to take care of your health needs. However, you're going to have to pick up on the other part of taking care of your own health needs, because it's going to start with you to start putting in the work for yourself. Okay, I am also a life coach, and what a life coach is to help you. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. My job is to help you to reach your goals, help you to reach your visions, help you to reach where it is that you want to be at, right? And so with coaching, it's really accountability. It's similar to community health work, because some people say, well, my health is really a need for me. My health needs to be in order. Or you may have a lot of stresses in your life. And so the both really go together. And so I wanted to really be able to give something to you all that was going to be beneficial to you. Now, I am not knocking anyone else out here, but I am saying the way that I do my business and the way that I run my business is tailored around healthcare needs. So I'm not the coach that you're going to see that says, well, in order for me to work with you today, it is going to be $1,200. I'm going to be honest with you. People are paying their money to individuals that are not qualified or just not for you, okay? The issue is you need to be ready for coaching. Coaching is really a part of you putting in the work for yourself. So you don't want to see your dollars go down the drain. You don't want to see your dollars going down the drain where you wasn't really ready for it. You have to be ready for it mentally, and you have to be ready for it to be accountable, because you have to put in the work if you're going to see results. I am all about results. Hey, Cheryl Barnes. Hey, Marilyn Jeffrey. If you guys are in, just say hello. If you have any questions while I am speaking, you are more than welcome to post your questions, ask your questions so that I can answer them for you. So basically what the membership is going to be about is, once you sign up, you have access to me. It's kind of like if you have your lawyer, right? And so what do? You pay your lawyer, right? You put an upfront cost up. And so when you are in need, let's say a bail, you have access. And so this is what I really wanted to give to you guys, because I know that some people are not ready, but I know what it is like to want to really step out and step foot on ground and have many different challenges facing you, and you're facing your challenges, right? So I share my story openly with you guys of motherhood, where I've been, where I've come from, being a survivor of stroke, depression, and all types of things in my life, right? And so those challenges are real. Those challenges are real for many people. A lot of times people don't want to share certain information with others, and that is cool. However, this is where I come in at to be of that benefit and help to you. So you may have questions about your health care. You may have questions about your needs with your health, or your health could be affecting you if you are in business, right? And so you don't want to lose all that you've worked for. Or you may need a life coach. You may need empowerment. You may need encouragement. You may need a life coach like myself to help you to develop and create, and also to give you clarity on where it is that you're trying to go. The thing is with life coaching that I really enjoy the most is that helping people to stay within their nows. So what I mean by that is therapists. Therapists help you to pull out the situations that cause you to maybe start to go into a panic or start to go into your depression, whatever your needs are while you seek therapy. Whereas a life coach helps you to focus on your now. So for example, for right now, I'm sitting here, I'm focused, I'm not afraid. This is my now. Or your now could be, hey, I have $5 in the bank, but I have a huge $500 million vision in my mind. And so the goal is to go for that vision that is in your mind, despite your circumstances and despite where you are in your life right now today. Okay. So when you sign up for the membership, it is a $25 monthly membership. Okay. You will have access to me. Having access to me through email if you have any questions or concerns. So we're going to go through a 3-week group session, and it is also going to be a private Facebook group as well that is going to be offered to anyone who signs up. This is a no judgment zone. This is a zone where there is total respect. This is a place where people may ask questions, but if they are very personal questions, those questions come directly to me. They do not get posted. okay? Because I don't care if it's a personal group. The point is, the truth is, it's access out, okay? You have to be ready and you have to be willing to put in the work. This is you being accountable, and this is me helping you to become accountable and to start really working towards the mark of where you want to go with your goals, okay? When you sign up, you will also get a form. It's going to be called a new client coaching questionnaire. That coaching questionnaire is going to have questions on here, basically for your goals. It's going to ask you your visions and possibilities. It's going to ask you, it's 5 pages. It's going to ask you to give objectives of who you are. And it is for me to better get to know who you are. And I'm going to be speaking with you guys individually as well. Also within the group, it's going to be 1 week weekly sessions that we're going to have as a group that is going to be via Zoom or whichever platform that I will be using for that for us. We are going to do Q&A. We're also going to have some guests. When I say guests, they're going to be doctors if you have any questions or concerns, okay? Also, after you do this, you will also be followed up with a weekly session where you will have to, it is a call prep form. That call prep form is for you, where you ask yourself these, you're going to answer these questions. What have you accomplished since we last spoke? What did you want to accomplish but did not for whatever reason? What opportunities are now available to you? And how do you want to use your next coaching session? So with that, with our 3-week course, after we follow up with the 3-week course, you are going to, again, put in the work. As a community health worker and a life coach, my job is not to disable you. My job is to coach you. My job is to empower you and equip you so that you can start making sound decisions for yourself. Start taking control of your health. Start taking control of your life and your visions and goals and what it is that you want to accomplish in life. You will be able to speak with me one-on-one, and it's kind of like having a gym membership. So having this membership, we don't know what we're going to end up going into, right? So you know, it's kind of like when you go to the gym. Some of us have gym memberships like myself and don't go to the gym, right? But I have access to the gym. I have access when I'm ready to go, when I'm ready to defeat the fat that's on my body, okay? So, but seriously, for me, for you, it would mean access to me. So when you first sign up, you will go through a 3-week session. Hey Tina, hey John, hey Renee, hey DeAndre, thank you for coming in. You will have access to me as your personal community health worker, and you will have access to me as your life coach as well. You will go through a 3-week course session as a group, and following up with that, if you have any questions or concerns, you will be able to email me to reach out to me. After your 2nd monthly payment, will start your one-on-ones. So it'll be after your 3 weeks. So it'll be basically your 4th week. And that will be starting basically the new year. We want to start our new year off right. We want to make sure that we're targeting our goals. I'm seeing a lot of people, you know, let me just be honest. Not that I see people, because a lot of people know that I'm in healthcare and they ask certain questions. I always find, can you refer me to someone for public speaking? Because you know what? Where are you at? What area are you in? So, and I'm glad you asked me that, Renelle, because I am going to, matter of fact, there is a group that I'm actually in. Oh, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Okay. So, I will have to research that because I don't know the answer to that. But there is a BSN group here on Facebook that I am actually in. That is, but I'm going to check the Capitol Heights area. And there is a group that I am in that helps you to start to go into public speaking. But there are places in your area that I don't know offhand, but I do know are tailored for people in the community that I'm not sure if you will have to pay a fee. I know here in the district they have like UPOs that have them. They have places that you can go. I can't remember off the top of my head what they call them, but it's specifically for public speaking. And some of them are free. So are you looking for free, or are you looking to pay out of pocket, or it doesn't matter? So you can definitely inbox me. And this is another thing, as we start to develop and grow in this group, there are going to be questions. And so I am connected to individuals, I'm connected to people that I would love to refer you to. So as we develop and go, I would be able to have more people to have more referrals for you to go to. But your questions and concerns are definitely going to be answered, because they have been heard and answered. Okay. You know what? That is true. That's true. And you know what? I'm glad that you said that, because most people, they don't realize that is true. You got to pay for what you need at times. And that's the truth of the matter about it. So definitely with this membership, it's definitely beneficial for you. And sometimes, in life, we have challenges, we have fears that we're up against, and we have things that we're going through that we don't want our friends and family to know about, but we want to push through, we want to get through. So I work with people who are ready. I am not a therapist, I am not a physician. So again, I am a life coach and community health worker, but I help you to create your plan and your goals for what it is that you want in life, okay? And focus in on your now and where you are. At times we're so focused on the past and what could and should happen and things like that, we get all out of control and out of order. And when we do that, we can't think straight. Okay, and then some of us have people around us that are not talking the same language as us. So you have this thing on the inside of you, but you're not around people that can help possibly get you there. So for example, Renelle Williams is asking a question about public speaking, and so yes, the past will hold us back. So you're asking this question about public speaking. So the one thing that I tell people is, in order for you to grow, you're going to have to start putting yourself around people who may make you uncomfortable. Uncomfortable people are people that you admire, people that you desire to be like. So you're going to have to start placing yourself around people who already do public speaking, that can give you advice, that can tell you how else to further your platform in public speaking and what that's going to look like. People don't do this thing overnight, so it comes with time. So with that is, you're going to have to be patient. Not only that, you're going to have to craft your own public speaking ways. So you're not going to speak like me, but people want to know who you are when you're speaking. People want to know, who you are. It's just like Lisa Nichols and Oprah Winfrey. They're two women who are very dynamic and amazing women. However, they speak differently, okay? But they're both powerful. They've both perfected their own craft. So it's very, very important that when you start thinking and have these visions, you're going to have to start taking care of yourself as well, okay? I don't believe that we should be walking into things in life and we are still stuck in certain places. So I share with you guys how I was very, very obese, overweight. That did not come overnight. It came with time. It came with a lot of stress in my life. It came with a lot of me not being in order and taking care of myself, right? So we think that taking care of ourselves is just going to the doctor, getting our yearly checkup and things like that, but it's more to it than that. What are you doing daily? What are you doing that that is helping you? For me, I wasn't doing nothing, so it led me to diabetes, it led me to obesity, and it led me to a stroke at 33 years old. So don't think that you are exempt. And it also led me to major depression. Why? Because I wasn't taking care of my physical or mental health properly. I just kept going and going and going and going and going, and I wasn't really focusing on myself. And we find that at times when we start to ignore the signs and ignore what our bodies are telling us in the beginning, that we fall into these traps or these situations that happen, that you do go into a depression, and you're wondering, well, how did I get here? I went from this happy-go-lucky person to this person who now is afraid to go outside of my door. but what were you doing beforehand? Was you taking care of your physical health? Was you taking care of your mental health? What were you talking about? Was you always working? Was you not sleeping? You know, people always have this saying, team no sleep. Let me tell you, team no sleep, if your brain doesn't get any rest, then what does that mean for your next day? What does that mean for your week? Okay, so you don't want to put yourself in a place where it's going to be harmful for you, because you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Give it to me. Give it to me. So this is what you gotta excuse me. My baby has my phone, and he's like, "You gotta give it to me." So again, if you have any other questions, I want you to please reach out and call me. I want you to reach out and sorry, I was looking at my phone saying call me. So if you have any more questions, I want you to go ahead and ask your questions. I also worked with the Medicaid company before, and if anyone knows what that is health insurance for people with at a certain income level, okay? And I also work with many people in the District of Columbia as well on health disparities, and also you know, one-on-ones as well. So I've worked with a good population of people who are wealthy, people who are not as wealthy. But let me tell you, we all have to start taking care of our health needs. I'm telling you, it is so very important. The thing that really pushed me to get to where I'm at today is the fact that I wanted to keep pushing, not only for myself, but for my 5 babies. On top of that, I really wanted to grow within myself, and I really wanted to challenge myself on things that I wanted, because I was always afraid. And so I learned to not be afraid anymore, and to do what it is that I love the most. And I love to talk, and I love people, and I love to help, and I love to figure stuff out, and I just love it. That's just me. So that's what I did. I created the Healing Zone. Okay, I created my own zone. I created what it is that I wanted to do for myself. I don't particularly care for the health insurance that my job offers. It's self-pay, my only option. So that depends, Renelle. So if it's not the health insurance that you want for yourself, so okay, so let me tell you this. So when I worked, I sometimes certain jobs I would get the benefits of the job for myself because it would be free, but I did come with a family, but I could not afford that on my paycheck, so I didn't get that. So I did qualify for Medicaid. Now some people are like, Medicaid, you know, that's for poor people. That's a lie. It is for people with certain income levels. So that is something you will have to go through where you live at, and you will have to ask them what are the qualifications. If it's something that you cannot afford, if it's something that may be too much money for you, and what health insurance does your job offer? Because sometimes people don't like the insurance that their job offers. Hey Odessa, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Some people don't like the insurance, and then a lot of times when you come with a family, it's a lot of money that's taken out of your pocket. I usually go for the PPO for myself and myself only, and I don't put my children on there at all. I let them go under Medicaid because insurance is very costly. But if you can afford it, then you look for the benefits. So you can also go to HealthLinks. The HealthLink will be able to assist you in the insurance that you want. But if your job offers it, Care Mountain, okay. I've never heard of that one, so I'm going to have to look that one up and see what are the benefits for that. So Renelle, I want you to, your homework for yourself for insurance is you need to call, or you can Google this HealthLink. So I'm not sure if it's for Maryland, it's called maybe MarylandHealthLink.com. I know for DC, it's called DC HealthLink, or DC Healthy Families. But you can definitely call and ask them, would you be able to qualify? How do you find out if you qualify to get that insurance? Now, there's two parts to the insurance for Medicaid. So you have your Medicaid, where you don't pay out of pocket at all, but then you have your Medicaid that is for people who do work. And so there's limitations on the care that you get, but you still pretty much get the same benefits as many. Your medications you will have to pay for. Your medications may not be the full price, but it will be half price. You will still be able to have the benefits as well as everyone else again, but there are just certain things that you may just pay on versus someone with the other Medicaid. They don't have to pay anything at all. Okay, so is there any other questions? It's a Part A and Part B. So that is Medicare, Odessa. So Medicare has a Part A and Part B. And with Medicare, Part A and Part B, you will get, monies that will be taken out of your Social Security or your disability. It depends on whichever ones that you're, but Medicare is for people 65 years or older. For the Medicare Part A and Part B, and you pay into that. So one part is your primary part and the other part is your hospital, okay? And so the Medicare are for people that for that. But with Medicaid, there are two parts to it. So there is one part for people who are at the income level that are not able to afford their Medicaid, but then there is another part called Alliance, Medicaid Alliance. So the Alliance members are members who have income. They meet the income qualifications, however, they may work or receive, let's say, a disability check or whatever kind of income you are. Now, the system will qualify you for what you qualify for. So for the Alliance members, you don't get the full benefits of those who have no income at all, but you do get your primary care, you do get your specialty care, you do get your medications, and depending on the type of insurance you have will determine if you're going to receive a referral or not. So, for example, there's been many changes here in the District of Columbia with the Medicaid that many people don't know. So you have 3 Medicaid insurances. You have AmeriHealth, you have Trusted Health Plan, and you have a new plan that came into the district that was that's called AmeriGroup. There has been a lot of fuss about this. There's been a lot of people who are like, I don't like this AmeriGroup. I don't like it because they can't go anywhere. So what happened was the district granted AmeriGroup a contract. It's for 5 years. However, MedStar used to have the contract and they don't anymore. So those who had MedStar insurance they transfer over to AmeriGroup. Now there's open enrollment season that started in October. Okay, and for open enrollment, that was your chance to roll over to another insurance company if you desired. The next thing with that is I know AmeriHealth. No, AmeriGroup didn't buy AmeriHealth. So MedStar lost the contract with the district. AmeriGroup came in. So what happens if you have all these people who sign up, right? And you have all these people who come in and they write out to the district and they're like, we want to come in here to the district. So what happened was the district awarded AmeriGroup. They used to be they're in Maryland. However, AmeriGroup is now here in DC. The name gets confused because of Amera. So we have AmeriHealth, we have AmeriGroup. There are 2 different insurances. So for example, if you are a AmeriHealth member, let me share your benefits with you. Your benefits with AmeriHealth is if you see a specialty doctor, a cardiologist, a foot doctor, ENT doctor, or whatever specialty doctor, psychiatry, therapy, you do not need any referrals at all. Okay, it's kind of like having a PPO. Versus the other insurances, you will need to have a referral in order to see that. So AmeriHealth cut down how they were going to help their members to see specialty doctors as far as the appointments times, right? Because you didn't have to wait for your referrals. You have access to MedStar hospitals, which means because you had access, because you have the, hold on 1 second.
There.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so Amerigroup is still in Maryland, Odessa. They're still in Maryland. However, they are now within the district now. But people are not excited about it because they're limited to the hospitals that they can go to. So if you have a Amerigroup in the district, you can't go to a MedStar facility. You cannot go, which is like Washington Hospital Center, Georgetown Hospital. Those hospitals are MedStar hospitals. You cannot. Now, AmeriHealth, if you're a AmeriHealth member and trusted member, at first it used to be you could not go to any MedStar facility, right? Because when we had MedStar Health Insurance, you can only go to a MedStar hospital or physician. Yeah, that's a really. And so what happened was that limited people in their choices and where they wanted to go. So now what had to happen was these insurance companies had to make contracts with these other insurance companies. So now if you have AmeriHealth, right, for example, you're able to go to any MedStar facility, which is good because they don't have a contract anymore here in the district. So you can go, but AmeriHealth has a contract with MedStar facilities. However, if you was recently a MedStar member, you can no longer, after December 31st, see a primary care doctor within MedStar entity. So you will have to change to someone who's under the umbrella of AmeriHealth, who accepts it, but you'll be able to see your specialty doctors at MedStar facilities. So you'll be able to go to the hospital anytime, emergency rooms or whatever. You'll be able to see specialty doctors, but after December 31st, you won't be able to go to the primary doctors if you have the AmeriHealth. So I have to check in on Trusted and see what's going on with that. I do know that there's been a lot of complaints when it comes to the Amerigroup side. And I have to check in on this one because I'm hearing that there is a lawsuit in place. So it's like MedStar is mad that the district awarded Amerigroup the contract. So it really gives people, it hurts other people. Good information they don't tell people, and so people become very, very frustrated. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you guys just do not know about. Trust me, okay? So this is why I do the work I do. This is why I'm a community health worker, okay? Because I know that there's information that's out there, but people don't know it. And the thing is, it's not that you may not know it. You may not even think to ask those questions. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't think to ask certain stuff. But if I might watch some television or something, I might say, let me check this out, okay? So is there any other questions? Yeah, it's a lot, Odessa, that's going on that many people may not know about when it comes to their health. The next thing I want to start talking about right now is the fact that you're president. So we have to start looking at this thing as an overall whole. So what happens if one day they take away the behavioral health side of the insurance? What if they take out you being able to utilize your services to receive therapy? What if they took away your rights, or how many times you could see your primary doctor? I know this may sound kind of, no, it's not. Let me say this. If that were to happen, are you prepared? What are you going to do for yourself? The truth of the matter is we all are going to suffer and experience a grief in our life. So we're going to need someone to talk to, right? This is what doctors are for, psychiatrists are for. This is what people like myself is for coaching and community health worker. Because my job is to help you to become more educated on your healthcare needs and your goals in your life and what it is that you want. Keep it down. So, you know, when you don't know these things, you're not able to really do what's necessary for yourself. So here are some things that I'm going to talk to you guys about really quickly. So I know a lot of people in healthcare. or what I've been finding for the past 2 years is there are a lot of physicians who are getting away from the healthcare system, meaning they're not taking insurance, okay? You have to pay them for their services. You have to pay out of pocket. I know one doctor is like $180 for you to have a visit with her. She's not clinical though, which means clinical, you don't get blood work done. You will have to get sent out for that. I have another person that I know that deals with the psychiatry part. Guess what? You have to pay, but the services are quality services. And with the quality services, you will be able to come face to face with your doctor. So let's say they take out all of this stuff. Let's say your president says, under this insurance umbrella, you're not gonna be able to see a psychiatrist unless you pay your money. You're not gonna be able to see a therapist unless you pay your money. You can only go see your doctor, your primary care 5 times out the year or something like that. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up off the side of my head. But if these things come, are you prepared? I think we really take it for granted, our health insurances, and we take for granted taking care of our own health. And look, us folks, my people, I know how y'all are. And sometimes you wait for things to get so bad that it's too late, and you got to start taking care of yourself. Don't wait till the next year to say, I'm going to hit the gym. Guess what you do? When everybody knows the beginning of the year, everybody is going to start hitting the gym. And for about 30 days, you may do it. And then after that, you're not going to do it anymore because you weren't committed. So this is where I come in at, and where the membership comes in at for you with working with me. Because you have to learn how to stay committed. I didn't wait until January to say this you were going to sign up. No, once you sign up, you start immediately. Because you got to start taking care of yourself. What is it going to look like if you're not able to take care of yourself? We're all going to come to that time where things are going to happen. Some things may be out of our control. But you need to know, hey, what's going to happen? I might need my therapist. Am I going to be able to afford it? So this is where I come in at, to be able to help you to navigate, to be able to help you to see what that's going to look like. What do you want for yourself? For example, I no longer want it to be in lack. Everybody isn't going to be an entrepreneur. Everybody isn't going to have their own businesses. Some people may be really good workers, really good nurses, really good writers, really good journalists, or whatever you may be. Really good administrative assistants, or whatever it is. However, you got to start taking care of yourself if you really want to be happy with the things that you're doing in life, okay? And for myself, I was like, I don't want to be in this place anymore. I don't want to be in this place of lack. I don't want to be stuck anymore. So I had to come out the box, and I had to face my circumstances. I was faced with many challenges that I was going through. I was faced with many circumstances that I had in my life, and I didn't want people to see what that looked like. But when I didn't care about what others thought about me, then that is when I became ready, because I gave myself permission to say, Nita, come on now, girl, you can do this thing. Nita, I know it don't feel good, but you know what? It's going to be worth it in the end. Nita, you don't want to see death do again, so come on, girl, you got to work through this. You got to walk every day. You're going to have to do what you got to do. That anxiety is tearing you up, girl. Go ahead outside that door and push through, even if you got to run back through the door. So these are things that I had to do to myself, do for myself. And this is what I still do to myself. So I learned how to speak to myself, okay? When I speak to myself, and I tell my clients, speaking into yourself is speaking life into yourself, okay? Speaking to yourself is you speaking over yourself what it is that you want, and not what others want for you or have spoken over you, okay? When you start to change the way you think, the people that come into you, the people that come in your life, you're going to start attracting different people, right? Because now you're becoming this person that you want to be, okay? You're becoming this person. For example, for myself, I wanted to be around people who were very successful, who had businesses, who were speakers, who were empowered women, who were doing this thing. And so what happened was I had to go ahead and start to pretend. I had to start saying this thing before it was really existing. And so faith without works is truly dead. So you got to start putting in the work. People may call you crazy, people may say things about you, but guess what? You have to keep going. So you have to start putting yourself in that place, into that person that it is that you want to be, in order for you to start really seeing it, right? So they say seeing is believing. So if you want to be a model, start dressing like a model. If you want to be a speaker, start speaking like a speaker. Start being around people who are speakers. Start going to places where people are speaking so that you can become that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, start putting yourself around entrepreneurs. Start asking questions, because there are some things that they can give you information, some do's and some don'ts, right? And so we're all going to come across these challenges. But when we come across these challenges, the goal is to never to give up, no matter what it looks like, okay? The rich keeps getting richer. Guess what? Because yes, there are loopholes. For example, I don't know, let's say Giant goes out of business. But you ever heard people say, well, it's still Giant. It's just that they changed the name. So those are the things that happen. So if this ever happens to you, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I still have this. I learned this lesson in this situation, in this trial. I'm going to do better this time. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to recreate. So I teach you how to continue to go, right? No matter your circumstances, no matter what challenges that you are faced with, right? You really got to start making sure that you're walking and talking the part of which it is that you want to be, okay? Not only that, with a membership comes along with, again, you'll be able to, thank you for joining, Derek. Thank you for joining, Cheryl. And is it AO? So I just want you to know that with this membership, it does come perks with this membership. And as we grow, I will be able to give you more access to more information. But it's going to take time to build. But you're working with me one-on-one. At some point, you may come across or say in March, you be like, Nita, I need you as my coach today. This is a challenge that I'm facing, and I need to know what it looks like. So if you're paying your membership, you have that access, right? Now, to work with me continuously one-on-one, that price looks different. But because I know that people don't always stay committed, this is me helping you to stay committed to yourself, to your health, and to your visions in life and what it is that you want to accomplish for yourself, okay? I work with people who are ready, okay? You have to be ready, because if you're not ready, then you're not going to put in the work. You may be faced with some challenges, but you got to get up and you got to keep going and keep standing. The thing is that I really, really hurt inside about is a lot of people I know don't invest in themselves, okay? They don't invest in themselves. When I say invest in yourself, you got to really invest. So this is an investment for you to work with a community health worker and life coach. Why? Because life coaches cost like $2,500, okay, just to work with them. And once your time is up, guess what? That's it. You're going to have to come back and pay another $2,500, $1,500 round, okay? So, and I'm not saying that's bad. But you have some people who have the money that can drop that. But what about the people who don't have it? What about people who do have visions and goals? You know, I work with those individuals. I work with people who do have something on the inside, but they're faced with circumstances and challenges, and they just need someone to help them to recreate this thing and see how they can better grow and see how they can better themselves as individuals and their families and their children, grandchildren, or their future grandchildren, or whatever that may look like. So that is what working with me is. I've done this work for many years. I've served within the district, and I am serving now outside of my area to many people. When you come into this group, the group sessions, again, it's going to be a 3-week group session when you first come in. We're going to have, it's going to be private, so we're going to be able to ask questions and talk. Again, if you have anything that you feel that you want to ask me personally, that is where you contact me personally. That's not for you to post. It's not for you to put out there when we're in our Q&A discussions. And what's going to happen is, because we're working in groups, when you get the form after you pay your fee, it's going to be a 5-page form. I'm going to go over with you in your member orientation what this form is. Immediately after that session is over, you are going to start working, boom, 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 on all of those things that you want to accomplish. You're going to then be followed up with a weekly session call prep form that I will be sending you, and each week you will be sending that back to me. and also with any questions that you may have that you want me to answer when we're in the group together. Again, this is to help you to work with you one-on-one. You will also be able to email me and ask me questions if you have questions within that week before we get back on our calls. If you're having challenges, what they may look like, if maybe, it's like, I really wanted to do this, but this didn't happen. Or I really wanted to go walk, but my body is really tired. So that is what that is going to be about with working with me. I'm truly excited about it because I'm able to serve people the way that I can serve them. And that's one thing that I've always wanted to do when working as a community health worker, because when I work on certain projects, I wasn't able to really reach out as deep as I wanted to with people because there is limitations. But there is no limitation when you have your own vision, okay? And I want you to know that there is no limitations unless you put limitations on your own expectations of yourself, okay? So if you have any questions, answer them now. If you have any questions, thank you for joining Nicole. Thank you for joining Melvin. If you have any questions, please do go ahead and ask me these questions now. I'm getting ready to end this video. If you have any questions after this video, you may definitely ask me any questions. So if you have any questions right now, go ahead and ask me some questions. If you want to sign up for the Zone membership, I will go ahead and put that information out there in this link for you. Again, working with me is very beneficial because most people don't even know what a health worker is, and actually it is under your health insurance. So if you have health insurance, they have added the outreach part to all of your insurances. Your insurance is me. I am the outreach part. I am the community health worker that they added that benefit to years ago, and people don't even know. The thing is, we just feel like, oh, when I have health insurance, I go to my doctor's appointment, and if I need medicine, my doctor's gonna go ahead and write me a script for that. But you don't know what else your health insurance offers you because you don't ask those questions. It's time for us to start asking the questions. Even when it comes down to Medicaid, because they serve populations that are low income with many challenges, they offer a variety of things. So you'll see within the district that we have like these member wellness centers with these health insurances that we have with these member with the member wellness centers. What they have is there's no excuse for you not to exercise. There's no excuse for you not to I don't know, bring your kids to an event and learn about how to put a infant into a carriage. There's tons of things that you can go. You have access to clinical people who are clinical nurses and case managers in these wellness centers. So you just need to start asking the questions to better understand your benefits and what it offers to you. Oh, also what people don't know because they don't ask is, so look, my people, we pray, right? A lot of us pray, okay? A lot of us believe in God. And so sometimes with our therapy, we want to be able to... I don't know where it is. So what happens is, I don't know where it is. Look at my purse. So what happens... sorry. What was I talking about? He just distracted me. So, I was talking about the health insurance. Okay. So with the health insurance, what happens is, because you don't know the benefits that it offers, you may not know to ask questions. For example, if you want, because you pray, right, you may want to see somebody who's more spiritual, right? Somebody who believes in God, and you can talk about the word of God, because many of us was brought up on that, right? And this is our faith, and so we need our faith to help us, to pull us through our circumstances. That's what we do. And so if you have people who are credentialed under your insurance plans, you just need to call them and ask them, hey, or Google it. You can Google, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield therapist specializes in spirituality. They're not going to tell you. They're going to send you to the core agencies or people that they go to, but you have private people that you have access to as well, even down to Medicaid. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, I had a really, really good therapist who was the bomb. Okay, and when I went to her office, I was like, this is home. It's like you had your crackers or your grapes and if you wanted some wine too. It was just beautiful. It was an atmosphere. When you go and you talking to someone and you're already going through it here, you really want to be set in an environment that takes you out of that dark place and where you are. So this is why it's important for you to start getting into your own health care, right? And start navigating it for yourself. Another thing I'm going to leave you with, another tool I'm going to leave you with is, before you go to your doctor's appointment, start writing down questions that you are going to have for your doctors, right? Because what's happening is you go in, you know, you're not going to see that doctor for another 2 or 3 months because they so good and everybody want that doctor, right? So what you have to do is you have to start writing your questions down. This is how you navigate your appointment, and your doctor isn't navigating it for you. So after you go in, you get your pressure done and everything, and your doctor comes in and say, hey, Ms. Falk, how are you today? You know, and so it's been a while since we see you. We got some blood work we need to do. Things have happened within 6 months or a year. You need to start writing those things down so that you don't have to say, dang it, I meant to ask my doctor. I meant to say this had happened at some point in time, but I forgot about it, right? So you don't want to forget about it. You want to start writing it down. So I tell people I love journaling. There's many different journals that you can create for yourself. You could create a journal that's going to be targeted around your everyday life, what it is that, you know, how your day was. It may be a journal. You may say, oh, my thoughts, you know, I had an idea. It may be your idea journal, or it may be your food journal. A lot of times if you're having like allergic reactions to stuff, I tell people, hey, or your blood pressure may be high, start writing down the times of the days that your blood pressure is high. What did you eat? So I tell people, you don't change it how you were eating. Wait for about a week or two, keep eating the same way, writing down when your pressure was high, what that number looked like, and what did you eat for that day, right? Because what happens is that will better help you. Hey, I ate a lot of rice, and I noticed when I ate a lot of rice, this did X, Y, and Z to me, or, you know, the salt intake was a lot for me. So you're going to see what it is that you're going to need to take out for yourself. Another thing, I hear people say, oh my God, I have really bad anxiety. So with anxiety, there are people who have medications to take anxiety, but there are some people who don't know that you may be eating or taking medicine that may have caffeine. You may be, caffeine contributes to your anxiety. It makes it go off the Richter scale. Excedrin is a pill that many of us may take if we're having one of those crazy headaches. However, it has caffeine in it, and because it has caffeine in it, it raises your pressure up, and it causes your anxiety and your panic to worsen. Also, eliminating sugars, so not drinking a lot of juices, a lot of foods with salts and sugars and things like that, because that brings it on. What you can do is you can drink a lot of water, because when you're in panic, just taking a moment, drinking that water helps you to refocus you. Taking some deep breaths in helps to refocus you, and counting and focusing on that. Or you can kind of do something like refocus yourself, and I'm going to look cross-eyed when I do this, but trying to look at the bridge of your nose and just taking that in, and, you know, just focusing on that. Another thing that you can also do is you can meditate. Meditation is really good, helps to refocus you. You can do it before you get your day started, and you can do it before you go to bed at night to help with your insomnia. Another thing that you can also do is journaling. Journaling is like being able to have someone that you can talk to, being able to write down your feelings so that you can see them clearly, because what happens is we don't really know why we're going through what we're going through. We feel it, but we don't know what's going on. So when you start to write down, and say you write for a week, and you look back and you say, these things are very similar. I found like there's some similarities in my writing and how my day was and how I was feeling. Maybe I was feeling this way because I'm a bit broken inside, or I'm facing a challenge where my finances may be X, Y, and Z, or I'm really stressed out at my job. And so now you need to know what your triggers are, because when you start to know what your triggers are, then you're able to create a plan for yourself, how you're going to protect yourself from these stresses, okay? Some stresses we cannot get away from, but we need to know how we're going to be able to better take care of ourselves with that, okay? Let's see. Is that, and walking 30 minutes a day. So I know we're getting ready to go into the winter season, and so because we're going into the winter season, everybody ain't walking, but there is some things that you can do. So the gym may be a time now that you can go, or if you want to go ahead and just, you know, bundle up and go out and start walking before the snow hits and things like that, you can definitely do that. Some places have indoor pools for you. So start doing things that are going to be beneficial to your health. But if you are taking medications, continue to take your meds until the doctor says not to. Okay, so I am getting ready to get off. Again, you guys sign up for the membership for the zone. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. You may email me at reconnecting@gmail.com. Again, I am Nita Vaught. I am your personal community health worker and your personal life coach.